I've been living with lupus or SLE for only around half a year.
I have been living with cutaneous lupus for 13 years now.
It's my 4th year and I'm still kind of getting used to it, and it's never easy.
Lupus is a systemic inflammatory disease of unknown cause, so it can affect someone's skin, their eyes, or their internal organs such as their kidney. So it depends on the severity of the symptoms or the disease. Every patient will have a different level.
During the summer of 2018, my friends and family said that I had lost a lot of weight and that I looked super pale.
In the 8th grade, I went on a field trip to the movie theaters, and then I got sick afterwards. I was sick for a couple months with a low fever and fatigue, and I didn't know what was happening.
Around 8 years old, I started getting this rash on my face, like it was extremely red. I thought it was really weird, but being a kid, I didn't really understand it.
And at that time, I was really scared because I rarely got sick, and all of a sudden, this life-changing event happened.
I was really scared that I had a blood cancer. I also had the possibility of having inflammation like arthritis. When my parents and I heard that, we instantly wrote that out because don't only old people get arthritis.
I met a great team of doctors, and they told me, well, you're going to be living with systemic lupus erythematosus, and it's going to be a chronic condition.
I was just like playing some video games or something, and my mom was like crying on the phone, and I was just like, oh, what's wrong? She's like, well, you have this disease called cutaneous lupus. And then I'm still 8 years old, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. And I went back to my video games.
The doctors diagnosed me with lupus. I talked to my school's wellness counselor. I'm currently looking into getting help from a psychologist, and that's really helped me cope with my depression and anxiety.
The services can be anything the student needs, providing you with a space to do something on your own to providing full scope care, because every student's entitled to a free, appropriate public education.
There's multiple healthcare systems involved, so there's insurance, there's a lab, there's a pharmacy, there's your primary care physician, and then with lupus, unfortunately, there's like multiple subspecialties for some people.
I went to a lot of doctor's visits. I had a therapist because it's new. Everything for me is new, and managing condition on top of going to school is really difficult.
I remember during the hospital, I was like begging my parents to get me my AP summer homework. I could barely focus in class due to my high and strong levels of medication.
So in the 10th grade, I was out for 2 weeks because I caught a flare. And when I came back to school, I had a couple Fs. And so I talked to my teachers and said, I have a 504 plan protecting me from events like this. Like, you shouldn't be giving me Fs for not being here when I couldn't help it.
If you have a 504 plan or an IEP, there are legal ramifications to being discriminated against. And if you feel like your plan is not working for you, there's also a process to amend that plan and make it work for you.
The biggest thing that I tell individuals is learn about their condition as much as they can.
Get connected with your pharmacist, get educated, get your family involved, learn more about not only your disease state, but the medications that you're on.
If you're tired, so sleep. If you're hungry, so eat. Eat something healthy.
I shouldn't be afraid to speak up because I can't do things on my own, especially with my condition.
I think it's really important for you to recognize that you're at a very special time of life. Whether you're juggling school and a health condition, school and issues at home, adolescence is really a time where you're coming into your own.
Share your questions, your concerns, your stress, anything, your thoughts with your parents, your closest friends, because keeping it inside will actually make things worse.
Lastly, arrange with your hospital to join something like a chronic illness support group to see how they're getting help and how they're living their life, because it really encourages you to live your best life.
I think it's so important to learn to be your own advocate. It will really make all the difference for you in your life.